Calico on Crypto here. Thanks for tuning in. As you can see here, the verdict is in for El Salvador. Bitcoin failed, all right? The experiment failed, all right? If you guys didn't know, back in September of 2021, El Salvador said Bitcoin is now legal tender, and their president, Nayib Bukele, whatever his name is, he bought a bunch of Bitcoin. I don't remember the number, but he bought quite a bit of Bitcoin, and he kept buying when it was dropping, right? So if we go back and see how much Bitcoin was worth during that time, right? We'll just go back real quick. If we go back and see how much Bitcoin was worth back in September, as you can see here, it shot up to about 40K, right? 50K. I mean, it was rallying, right? So at this point in time, El Salvador is down 60%, maybe a little bit more on their initial investment when they bought in, right? So they lost more than half of the value of their Bitcoin, right? Now that's their government, all right? So government's not doing too well. The president's still bullish on Bitcoin. He's not going to stop holding it, right? I don't think he sold it. At least this article didn't say so. But if we look at it on the population level, right? They had a place there in El Salvador where people can go and use Bitcoin. They can buy ice cream, they can buy groceries, they can buy hotels. I mean, they can do it all with Bitcoin, right? They were just exchanging Bitcoin back and forth, right? So you got to think of it like this. Those people, right, the population, right, those citizens that were using Bitcoin during that time, they were probably thinking, wow, I just charged this person $5 and now my $5 is $8. Wow, Bitcoin is great. You know, I have a profit. They probably just held the Bitcoin, right? But as everything started to get volatile and drop because of liquidity getting pulled out the market, war with Russia and Ukraine, etc., those same people are now down about 60%, probably even more if they didn't convert it into cash, right? Which, thinking about beginners in the crypto space, they probably just held it in there thinking I'm gonna be rich, right? So again, bad taste in the mouth for El Salvador. Guaranteed those people now hate Bitcoin, and that's exactly what's happening. People hate it. They're like, dude, I mean, imagine having $1,000 made in that Bitcoin city. You made $1,000, right? You were like, oh my gosh, I have 1,000. Now it's worth 800. You're like, oh, okay, that's still good. If you don't sell, guess what? Your 1,000 just turned to 500. How you gonna pay your bills, right? You know what I mean? Are you gonna sell it at the loss that you have it at? I mean, again, it's up to the person, right? But either way, El Salvador's Bitcoin experiment failed because Bitcoin is not a stable currency. Say those people were converting it to their cash, then they'd be legit. But I can guarantee you a lot of them didn't, right? And here's another piece of the news too. Again, El Salvador could use it, but it says here that after they passed that Bitcoin law, it says here that as a result, most Salvadorian businesses, 80% of them, refused to use Bitcoin as a medium of exchange, right? They didn't want to accept it. Even though it was legal tender, a lot of them said no. But for that small 20% that did, they are all at a loss if they kept any on the sideline, right? So, I mean, it's just kind of like, I mean, I dropped a video about this before last year, right? Like I said, the powers that be are not going to allow evolving countries like this, right, to rise and, you know, do great things. They're going to keep them at the bottom. They are, right? And emerging markets going to stay emerging, right? At least until China takes over and brings them along with them, right? So El Salvador Bitcoin experiment failed. It is what it is. You know, hey, for those people that lost money in El Salvador, man, I feel for you guys, but hey, that's just the crypto space altogether, right? That's just the way it is, right? Bitcoin is not stable. Look into stable coins like USDC, USDT. If the people were informed, maybe they'd have, you know, a better bag, but unfortunately that's not the case. But either way, man, crypto's here to stay no matter what they say. Get those bags.